do want to welcome you all to this presentation of the Wealth Creation Mastermind, and I want to acknowledge all of you for being here. You're clearly students of the creative method. We are attracting others to join us who are thinking along similar lines and want to be, do, and have more. We study a curriculum of 3 books. The first is what we're into right now, Wallace Wattles, The Science of Getting Rich, published in 1907, extraordinary material. And today we are into chapter number 4, chapter number 5, and chapter number 6. And the real takeaway from this presentation is there truly is a thinking stuff, a thinking substance from which everything proceeds, all things are made. Now, in chapter 4, the very first principle that we dive into within this material is that there is truly a science of getting rich. The message in chapter 4 is that thought is actually the only power which produces tangible, in other words, material riches from this formless substance that we'll be talking a little bit more about and understanding more comprehensively. This stuff, this mysterious stuff from which all things are made, is actually a substance, extreme tenuity, but it's everywhere, and it thinks, it's intelligence, it has conscience, and a thought that is impressed in this substance actually produces the thing that is imaged by the thought. Now picture this fabric that sort of stretches throughout the universe, and this fabric is intelligence. It is a thought world. Indeed, we're living in a thought universe. This thought of the all, right? The all, the creator, the original substance, the infinite intelligence is a intelligent stuff. And this thinking stuff takes on the form of whatever is thought about, and then it moves in accordance with that thought. So this is why it's actually, we hear of the law of attraction, we think, well, I'm only attracting the good things into my life. There you are, you're pushing this rock up the hill. Well, baby, it's your rock, right? So watch what you're thinking about. It's like, I have a friend that, he sells catastrophic health policies, right? And it's amazing. This guy is always dealing with catastrophic health issues. It's like, why? What's going on? It's like, what are you thinking about most, right? So if you're thinking problems, or if you're thinking headache and heartache and problems, it's actually what you're attracting into your life. So be clear about how this process actually works. So just know that no thought of form can be impressed into this formless original substance without actually causing the creation of the thing that is being thought about. Now, here's the interesting thing about creation. Now, let's say that you're creating. I'm thinking about creating a mastermind team, 1 million strong, by January of 2020 for the purpose of leading others around the world into lives of freedom, meaning, and prosperity filled with physical, spiritual, intellectual abundance by following and applying this creative method of thought. Boom! Will that 1 million person team magically, mystically appear out of the ether? No, it will take place along and through forms and channels of business and commerce that have already been created. So understand, it's like, just because infinite intelligence thinks about an oak tree, that oak tree doesn't pop into material existence, boom, out of the particles floating in thin air. But out of the acorn, there's no oak in an acorn, but it attracts all of the particles of energy to make it so. Now, how do you actually create something? You see, this is the power that we have as creative thinking centers, is we have the ability to co-create, to act as the creator, to work with the creator, to produce things from formless substance by communicating your thoughts into that formless intelligence. Now, how does this actually work? Okay, first, understand you are a thinking center. You have mental faculties, one of which is imagination, one of which is the ability to form creative thoughts in your own mind. We think in pictures, see what you want, and then what happens is you actually begin to impress this thought upon the one original formless substance from which all things are made. How do you do that? Through repetition. So the first principle to know is that there is a thinking stuff from which all things are made. And in its original state, it permeates, it penetrates, and fills the inner spaces of the universe. It is everywhere. There's no lack of it. Principle number 2 is a thought in this substance produces the thing that is imaged by the thought. There's some caveats here, brothers and sisters. You can have no doubt. You can have no lack of faith. You can not waver in your conviction. You cannot doubt, right? Full conviction, full belief, absolutely. You call it, it's like you're calling a dog. You know that dog's going to come to you if that dog has been trained. Third principle is you can form things in your thoughts. Or say it this way, I can form things in my thoughts, and by impressing my thoughts upon formless substance can cause the thing I think about to be created. Think about, have you ever heard of the actor Archibald Leach? Archibald Leach, one of the most famous leading men in the last century. Oh, that's right, everybody knows him as Cary Grant. Cary Grant was born in poverty. He was beaten and abused and misused by his parents. His mother was a seamstress. His father ironed clothes in a factory. He had nothing. But what he did have, he had an image of in his mind of this debonair, dashing, leading man that was a chick magnet, right? And what happened? He thought of Cary Grant for so long and so deeply that he created and became Cary Grant. Archibald Leach was nowhere to be found. That is truth. He thought truth. So it's easy to think according to appearance, right? Oh, my pocket's empty, my wallet's empty, I must be broke. There's no such thing as broke. You think truth. Think truth regardless of appearance. Now, it's true that to do that demands the most power, more power than any other work that any of us are ever called on, because it's easy to think according to appearance, right? But if you can grasp the truth, what happens is you can become a mastermind. See, he who acquires this power becomes a mastermind. You have full control of your conscious senses, of your mind, of your co-creative, the male and female aspect of the creative aspect of mind. Now, once you think truth, what is truth? It's about what you see and believe. If you can see it, if you can believe it, conceive it, see it, believe it, you can have it. And if you can think that truth, then you can conquer fate, you can be, do, and have whatever you want. Does it happen in an instant? It's a lifetime process, but you get better and better and better and higher and go stronger and become more and more and more adept at doing this. Now, chapter 5 is called Increasing Life, and this is a key concept in the creative method of thought. This is something that has to be learned and internalized and remembered constantly. You see, intelligent substance is all and in all. Now, every living thing has got to continually seek for large, enlargement, more, fuller expression of life. So this intelligence is under the same necessity for continuous increase, forever becoming more. Now, the question is the all just in you? Or is the all in everybody else on the planet as well? You see, the concept here is increasing life for all. Key concept. Now, think about, Brett and I were talking about the barrier reef the other day. This proliferation, explosion of undersea life. And that's a vivid graphic example. But that is life. You see, we're all subject to the urge of life, seeping expression. And in order to do, be, and have more, you've got to have more, right? More money, more abundance, right? That is what enables you. And that is the most natural driving instinct in life. Now, here's the key. We've got to harmonize with the purpose of the all. Well, what is the purpose of this all? And this is one thing that, Chris Pilgrim, my partner, founding partner, was mentioning the Kabbalion. When we get into that third book, you really gain a much fuller, deeper comprehension of the all and the all in all. You really live only when you perform every function fully, physically, mentally, intellectually, that you're capable of, but doing so without excess. You see, what life truly is, if you boil it down to one definition, life is the performance of function. So what you want to do is you want to live fully. Now, the creative method of thought enables you to see what you want to create, right? I talked about creating a team, 1 million strong. How does that happen? I reach out to Chris. Chris reaches out to Chris Rogers. I reach out to Brian. Brian reaches to Eric. I reach to Chris. Chris reaches to Brett, right? On and on and on. It's like paying it forward, passing the baton one person to the next, getting them into this meme of abundance and this meme that we are all in the creative method of thought. And then we attract Johan, who sees it and knows it and is a creative thinker and wants to be around other like-minded people. She will take that baton, pay it forward, pass it to another. And we become creators, not competitors. We are all going to get what we want in a way that everyone gets more of what they want, rising entirely out of the competitive method of thought, because there is never a limit to the supply, right? The original substance is infinite. So you always look at the limitless riches in the formless substance and absolutely know, with no question, that it's coming to you. So the moment that you drop into that competitive mind, what you're doing, boom, you're dropping a barrier, you're dropping that concrete wall, stopping the creative flow of abundance from coming to you. You arrest this power of creation. So the way riches come to you is by giving everyone more than you take. That's an interesting concept. How can you do that? How can you give more than you take? Well, it's a simple concept. It's called use value. If you give something to someone that they can benefit from, something that will enrich their lives, something that will enable them to have fuller expression, like knowledge of the creative scientific method of thought, you've added value to your life. So when you provide someone with an idea or knowledge that allows them to create abundance, what you've done is you provided great use value. That is why you share this material, these 3 books, this Wealth Creation Mastermind, the website, everything we do, the community, because this is what enables us to rise entirely out of the competitive into that creative plane where we see what we want, we envision it, we have full faith that we're calling it. And so anytime you provide anything, sell, and we're all in commerce, we all do business, just make sure you're giving more in use value than you're exchanging in monetary value. And this formless substance, it influences all. It's everywhere. So just hold that mental image of the thing that you want with the most positive certainty that it's being made, that it's on its way to you, and always think and speak of it as though it is sure to have arrived already. You see, what you do is, if you're dreaming of a house, live there in your mind, take possession of it. You own the key. If you dream of a boat, sail that boat. If if you dream of a car, drive that car. If you dream of a relationship, see yourself already in that relationship and have full faith, and never, ever, ever forget that this is a temporal experience. We are spiritual beings in a physical body, and we have an intellect, but we're not here for a very long period of time. Now, remember these three things. There is a thinking stuff from which all things are made, and when it's an original substance, its original state, it permeates, penetrates, and fills all of the inner spaces of the universe. And a thought in this substance produces the thing that is imaged by the thought. I can form things in my thoughts, and by impressing my thoughts upon formless substance, can cause the thing I think about to be created. This is the beginning of the creed. It is paramount that you read this over and over and over, meditate, contemplate, wake up thinking about it, go to sleep thinking about it, memorize it, so that throughout your day, you're letting this permeate your consciousness so you have no doubt. This is how you form fearlessness. So next week, we're still in the science of getting rich. We're into chapter 7, gratitude, chapter 8, thinking in a certain way. How do you act in a certain way? You learn to think in a certain way, and the use of one of the most powerful mental faculties, the use of the will. Now, it's all about thinking in a certain way. To do that, read. Take this material seriously. Don't just read it once and put it down. Contemplate it. Study it. Actually apply it daily. And then start working on your affirmation. Now, I know that we really get a lot of help in Book 2, Chapter 2, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, Turning Desire into Gold. But still, we strongly encourage you, start your affirmation. I'm so happy and grateful now that I am able to be, do, have whatever it is that you want. Write it down, internalize it, repeat it. Do it with emotion. See it, believe it, feel it. Take advantage of the wealthcreationmastermind.com website. It's a resource that's there for you. Subscribe. Congratulations to all of you for being here. And get on, by all means. I mean, this is not just about thinking in a certain way. It's also about acting in a certain way. That is why the Tuesday Lifestyle and Financial Freedom Call is absolutely paramount. You have to get more to be, do, and accomplish more. That's what we achieve on the Tuesday night. We unlock the creative process, show you how to give more to everybody, more in use value, and get what you want by paying it forward. Decide exactly what you want in your life. Who do you want to be? What do you want to do? What do you want to have? Determine very, very clearly in your mind the amount of money that's going to take. Don't fool yourself. Be honest. Identify streams of income that you can develop and have a very clear plan of action, and take advantage of the daily strategy that we lay out. Execute the plan. Join us tomorrow night, same time, same link. And I really want to commend you for being with us. You are indeed the Wealth Creation Mastermind, and you are the seed that will grow to a team 1 million strong, and we will change the planet together. Thanks for being here.